All right. Welcome to the introduction of Supercheck. So, what is Supercheck? So, Supercheck is an enterprise-grade distributed platform engineered for scalability and reliability. It delivers comprehensive test automation with real-time monitoring, intelligent job orchestration, parallel execution capabilities, empowering development and SRE team with robust solution to accelerate software quality and delivery cycles. Okay, so what does it mean? We'll have a look at that, but this is the GitHub repo, which has installation instructions. It uses Docker and Docker Compose to install. We'll have a look at that. Um, there is some configuration and there is some documentation, and it even tells you how it works internally. Okay, so on the top you have a link to demo.supercheck.io. This is the demo site, which um, if you don't want to install it, just want to check how it works, this is for that, but this is only for demo purpose. So let me open that. I have it opened already. So this is the app. I'll quickly show you what each of the section does, but I will go in detail for some of the sections in different video. So this is the app. On the top you can see there is two queues, running and queue. It is for parallel execution. We'll see that there is a user section. You can change your theme, light and dark. I'll keep it dark. There is a quick command menu if you want to go to different sections. You have breadcrumbs here. There is a projects. I mean, you can have multiple projects, so you can switch your project from here. There is this section which is for the dashboard, and then alerts and notification. We'll have a look at them. This section is for the automate. I think this is the section where you will be spending most of the time. This section is for test automation. So as you can see, there are different tests: browser test, API test, database test, custom test, which you can create with help of Playwright. And then this list all the tests. Jobs are the collection of tests. So, and then you can have different jobs, let's say smoke test, regression test, any job, and then you can trigger them remotely. I'll show you how to do that, but this is section for that. And then runs shows you all the execution results. So this is a section where once jobs are executed, you will see all the reports. And then there is a variable section which lets you add variable and secrets which you can consume in your scripts. And then there is a monitor section which is for monitoring probes. So you can check HTTP probes, you can check websites, you can ping your host, you can check whether ports are open or not on those hosts. So those are the 4 monitors which are present. Again, we'll have a look at all of this. But yeah, and then this lists all the monitors. All right, so let's start with the automate section. So I'll create on browser test. So as when you click on this, it gives you a sample test. Again, this is a Playwright test. This just gives you idea. This is a simple test. How it does. So you can read about it. If you know how Playwright tests are done, you import Playwright. It uses Playwright test library. There are 3 tests in this example, and they're pretty simple, but they give you idea. So what does this do? This one goes to this website, checks if it is a title, and it passes it if title matches. Again, this one does some navigation and check if element is visible. So these are simple. This does some form interaction. So let's run this. Now execution is happening. Playwright is executing all those tests, and it will show us the report. So let's wait for it. Also on the top you can see that there is one execution which is happening. Now in this, currently there are 6 execution which can happen in parallel, and if it exceeds that, then it goes to queued queue, which is up to 50. And if you add more than 50, then it will show you error that capacity is reached. So this is what this queue does. Again, these are configurable depending on where you are running it, which hardware you can change it. I'll talk about more in the installation section. All right, so execution has finished. So yeah, so currently this project is configured to run on Chromium and on the mobile browser. So again, this is configurable. I'll show you those options. You can run the test on Safari, WebKit, and Chromium. So we had 3 tests, but it has run on Chromium and mobile. So there are execution has happened twice, one on Chromium browser, one on mobile browser. So let's see. So when you click on the report, this is coming from Playwright. If you are aware of Playwright HTML report, this is the same. So these are all the steps. It gives you screenshot of the page, and then it also gives you the video. Again, Playwright is very fast, so you can see it's just 1 second video. It navigated to the website, checked the title, and then it gives you the console output also. Other thing which you will find important is called traces. So these are Playwright traces. Again, you can read more about on Playwright. So this is the playwright.dev, open source solution, web automation solution from Microsoft. You can see it's quite popular. We are using that. So read more about it if you want to know more about Playwright. This is the website. So let's open Playwright traces. Other thing is you have option, because this is very congested view, you have option to expand it. So if you click on this icon, then it will just open the report. Now it gives us some more space. So let's see the Playwright traces. Now this is the trace which is coming from for the test from the Playwright. So you can see on the top you have a live screenshot. So this execution took 2.2 seconds, and at different time frame you can check how your application loaded. So this is very small test, but you can imagine for the bigger test you can actually see at each and every second what your application look like. So these are the live screenshots. Below that it gives you about all the steps, and then here you can see the console output. You can also see the network log. So similar to like Chrome DevTools, you can see this website, what all network calls were there, how long they performed, what was the size of it. So it gives you all those information. Also it shows you, if you hover over each of the action in the source tab, if you put it, it tells you that this action in the script where it is, and also it shows you on the top. So this is very powerful. Could help you a lot if you're debugging anything. Again, it's right inside your test. You don't need any APM solution like app dynamics or different APM solutions. Everything is built in the app. So it helps you in debugging that. Again, I'll not go in detail. Read more about Playwright traces. This is embedded in the app. So that's reporting. Again, let me quickly show you for the mobile. So for the mobile, the same test runs on a mobile browser. So you can see the same website. We didn't change anything in the test, but the same test ran on a mobile web. So this playwright.dev support mobile view. This is how it looks on mobile, and that's how it's being loaded. So again, everything will be same, but it runs on mobile. Again, this is configurable. If you want to run it on different browser, you can do that. Currently it's running on these two. So at this point, once you run it, and if you're happy with it, you can actually give it a title and description and save it. So I'll just use whatever is described as description for test and title. You can give it a priority. So let's keep it medium. Again, type automatically comes in a drop down, so use it. You can give it a tag. So let's say this is let's imagine this is for login. So this, what does it do? You can tag your different test, and that will help you in organizing your test. So I'll create this tag. You can give it color. Again, this is just helpful for the organization. Let me give it this color, and then I have a new tag. You can create as many tags as you want. Again, this is configurable, and then I'll save it. All right, so why it's not saving? Okay, yeah, it took some time. But now your test is saved. You can check it. Now it automatically navigates to test tab. You can check your test. I'll just open it again, and it opens in the playground. Here you can update it if you wish, delete it. Yeah, the only thing is, if you want to update a test, you will have to run it. Only if it passes, it will allow you to update. The idea is you should not be able to, let's say, put infinite for loop, something like this, and just save it. So after every edit, you will have to run this, and if it gets passed, then only it will allow you to save. Okay, so that's what the message you see it here. Other things, let me just quickly tell you that there are some validation here. So if you put sync infinite for loop, yeah, things like that, then there is a validation which happens for before this script gets executed. So you will get a helpful error message that this is not allowed, so you will have to delete this. There are various validation steps, so it will validate the script before being saved. There are also available libraries. Again, we'll have a look at it in detail and separate session, but you can read more about it here. That's the test, and then let's go to job. Now I have test created. Let's create a job. Now you can give the details. I'll just fill this form with some fake data, and then you have cron schedule. So you can, again, this is optional, but if you want to run this on every week, every day, every hour, you select this option, and then this jobs will execute depending on your schedule. So if I select it at every hour, it tells you when will be the next run, and you will be asked to select the test. Now this will show you all the tests which are in this project. So currently we have 2 tests. You can select them. Each job can have up to 50 tests. Again, if there are more tests, you can filter them by all these options here. And let me add both of them. Then after that, it goes to alert settings. So if you want a alert when job is executed, you will have to set some alert channels. You can do it from here, or you can go to alerts tab and create new notification. I'll have a separate session for this, but I'll quickly see. I have, let's see, Slack. Okay, but you can add your channels. There are different channels: email, Slack. You can have a webhook, you can have a Telegram, you can have a Discord notification. All these are supported. So this is an example of Slack. I'll create a provider, and then I see a notification channel. So you will have to select at least one. You can select up to 10 channels. So like Slack is one channel, Discord could be other, email could be other. So each job can have up to 10 channels. Again, this is configurable, you can change it. So for now, I'll just keep it one, create a job. And at this point, my job is created. It gives me job ID, all the configuration it shows me is cron schedule, status is pending, we have never run it, last run never. So yeah, you can see all this. Now you can trigger this manually from here. So let me do that. And now this will start a job execution. Again, you will see that in the running queue, count is 1. There's no queue here. But yeah, it's now executing. So let's wait for it, and then we will see. All right, it's already, it's running. So in the run table, you can see this job is running. So let's wait for it to finish. Now it also notifies you when job completes and it gives you a link. So yeah, because we are running it on Chromium and mobile, so this execution is happening twice. So it's taking more time. Let me also create a variable while this is running, and we will use it later. So let's see. The job is successfully executed. We have a link here which we can see the report. So uh, okay, let me also create this variable. Again, you have option to mark them as a secret or variable, and that's how you can, with this method, you can refer them in playground in your script. So let me create that. Okay, so variable is created successfully. Let's go back to runs and see our job. So you have this report. Like I said, both the tests have executed twice, once on mobile and other other execution on Chromium. Again, this is a similar report what we saw last time, but now there is a unique URL which you can send it to your team. You can come to this, and this will be persisted. Okay, so again you can expand this. We have already seen this. I'll not do that again. There are again some options on the top. This is a manually triggered job. There are other options are, if it runs on schedule, you will see this on schedule when the cron schedule gets executed. Other option is remote. So I'll show you how to trigger this remote from let's say from your CI/CD pipeline. So if that is the case, it will show you remote here. It tells you it had 2 tests executed, so that's a count. It again, Playwright is very fast, so it tells you the duration and the project. It gives you job ID. All right, so let's trigger this job remotely now. So if you click on the job, it opens this sheet. On the top, it tells you that alerts are enabled and which type of alerts are enabled. You can hover over it and know more about it. These are the job details. Yeah, it tells you how to trigger this remotely, which tests are included. Now let's edit this job. So let's edit it. Again, you can add or remove tests from here, but we will see the CI/CD add or remove more channels, change it, all this setting if you want to edit it. I'll go to CI/CD setting. Now to trigger this job remotely, you will need a API key. So each job will have a separate key. So if you edit it, come here, create a new key for this job. Let's call it GitLab pipeline. I want to trigger it from GitLab pipeline. After my dev release is complete, I want to trigger it. That's my use case. So I'll give it a name. You can have a optional expiry date for the key. Again, this is optional. If you want key to be expired after, let's say, 30th September, you can do that, and after that this will stop working. So let's do that. So instead of, let's say, 5th September, I want it to expire, and create it. Now it gives you this key. This is the only time you will see this key. Let me show you. This is the key. So you will have to copy it. So that's what it tells you, to copy this key. And once you click on I have copied this key, it will show you. So the key is created. You have option to delete it. You have option to disable the key. Alright, so now how to trigger this remotely? Let's see that. Alright, So once your API key is created, you can use it to trigger your job. So in the CI/CD section, if you click on this info icon, you can see it gives you different ways to trigger it. There is a curl command which is specific to this job, which tells you how to trigger this via curl. So it asks you to put the API token here. If you do that and just copy paste it and then execute this curl command, it will trigger this remotely. Similarly, you have a GitHub action. So same thing, just replace your API key in this and then just put this in your GitHub pipeline, and then this will trigger this job. Similarly, there is a GitLab pipeline also. So I'll show you via curl how to do that. So I think I've already copied it here. So yeah, this is the token which we copied, and this is the curl command. I just replaced it, the bearer token, with the token we copied. So let me copy this now, and I will open terminal. I already executed it twice just to check. So I'll execute it one more time, and it executed. So it returns you this JSON with some details about the job, and you can see it is triggered, and you see this running in running queue. So let's see, go to run. You can see I already triggered it earlier, so it now gives me trigger option as remote. So you can see this job was triggered remotely on cron schedule, and we also triggered it manually. Okay, so let's open this. So execution has finished now. There are two tests. What I also did, I removed the mobile execution because it was taking time. Now the test is only running on Chromium, so you don't see the mobile report like earlier. So again, like I said, it's configurable. I removed that, and this is the same report. So now this is triggered remotely. So this is the job. And now let me show you the monitor section. Before that, so this is a variable. I just created two variable here. One is API key. It is a type of secret. Other is a app URL. This is a variable. So you can see secret is not visible. You can, let's imagine this is the secret, but you can see that by this button. Again, there is a role-based access control built in the app. When you sign up first time, you become app owner also. So you can see this. If you give someone the viewer or edit access, they will not be able to see it. Again, all this, even they will not be able to delete it. We'll look into organization, project, and a role-based access control in other session. But yeah, this is variable section, and here if you see, it will tell you how to use this in your script. So if you have a variable, just use this method, get variable name, and then it will return a plain text which you can use it. Secret will be similar. You have a get secret and then the secret name, and then this will be encrypted. Again, this will not be visible in the UI. So yeah, use secret for API key, password, things like that, and for other things use variable. And yeah, this is just an example where it shows how to use it in your script. All right, let's see the monitor section now. So you can create different type of monitor. So come to create tab, and then let's say I want to create a HTTP monitor. Click on it, and then it gives you the form on the right, which you can see. Again, if you click on it, it tells you different uptime monitors which are supported and what they do. So let's start with website monitor. So give it a name. I'll just use some fake data. Target, let's use Playwright. So I want to check this target, playwright.dev. Expected status, you have a specific code. You can use all these options. Again, for some reason, if you want to check there's a HTTP 500 code, you can do that, or you can just check this range. So all 200 codes which will be HTTP success. Just select it. You have option to check if certificate is valid or not, and things, it will tell you when it is expiring, about to expire. It will alert you for that also. So select that, how and when you want to be alerted. If your certificate expire in 30 days, then you can configure that. Then this will alert you. Again, this is configurable. If this website need any auth, you have this option. Currently, basic auth and bearer token is supported. So you can select that this doesn't need it. So there will be no auth. There is a content validation. So for this website, if you want to check on the web page when this runs, whether some text is present or not, you can configure this. Again, I'll not use it. These are optional. So let's keep the check frequency as 1 minute. I want to run this at every minute. And then let's go to alerts. Now, similar to job, we have alert section here. So interface is similar. Whatever channel you created, they are at project level. So same channel you can use in job. You can same is visible in alert. Again, you can add new channel here. Go to alerts page. You will be able to create new channel there also. So again, there is some threshold after alert after these many consecutive failures. So again, if you want to set up some alert threshold for failure and recovery, you can select that. I'll just keep it default. There are options when you want to be alerted, so select or uncheck them. So let's create monitor. All right, so it gives you, once monitor is created, it takes you to this page. I already created another HTTP monitor here, and this is the one we just created. So let's open this. Okay, so it has ran as soon as you create it, it will run it. And then this is a monitor view. This table will show you all the recent checks which happened. There is only one. It gives you the response time. If there is error, you will be able to see that. There is a availability overview. It will show you the bar. This is a bar chart. So each ping will be shown either successful or failure. And there is a response time. So it shows you the response time. And on the top, there are some details about it. It gives you uptime for 24 hour, uptime for 30 days, average response time for 24 hour, 30 days, and the status. And then on the top, similar to job, you have alert section. So alerts are enabled for this. It will tell you when this monitor is fail, when it gets passed. So there is a recovery alert, and then there is a SSL expiration alert also. It also tells you that when SSL certificate is expiring. So for playwright.dev, it's expiring in 86 days. You can pause a monitor, you can edit it and delete it. So if you pause it, then it is paused. I'll resume it again. Now let me show you the other one. I created this a few minutes back. So this is HTTP monitor. It checks this endpoint. So let me click. Now you see there are some more data points for this one. So again, I recently created it, so there are only 24 check. There is in the installation session, I'll tell you, but you can configure how many recent checks you want to keep. So if you keep 10,000, then it will, in this table, you can see 10,000 recent checks, and then there's a pagination here, you can check that. And in the response time, you can see these are the response time for playwright.dev. Again, when the request goes from this server, where this currently this is running on a Hetzner server in Germany. So from Germany to wherever this API is hosted, this is the response time for that. All right. I mean, there is no failure here, but if there is a failure, let me show you the failure. So let's edit this. Let's make it fail. So this API returns, I'll show you. Let's open this API here. So you see, this is the response from this API. It returns you some count. This is a JSON, and it has Michael in the response. So that's what we are checking here. So it checks for this keyword Michael. If it is present, then it makes it pass. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it absent. So this will fail because Michael is present and we are telling it should not be present. So let's update it. So the next check, which happens every minute, this should fail. And we should also see an alert actually when it fails. So if you come to alerts, table, you have a notification channel. Like I said, you can add other channels here. We have only one, but you can create email, Slack, all these channels. And then it also shows you alert history. So currently we had only one job, so we ran 4 times, so it gives you this. So hopefully soon there will be monitor failure. All right, so yeah, it has failed. So monitor has failed. It shows you down, status is down. There should be an alert now. You can see there is an alert sent to this Slack channel. I have Slack, so I can show you Slack. So you can see this is just my sample Slack channel where I have all the jobs. You can see before that there is a notification for the job. It gives you the link. So let me show you the job link first. So this is the link which when the job is executed, it gives you this link, and you can send it to other stakeholder. They need to be logged in to view this. If they're not logged in, they'll see a login window. Here they need to log in. Let's see for the monitor. So yeah, monitor, there are 2 failures for the monitor. Let's see the recent one. So it tells you this is a monitor, Michael, keyword was not found. This is the response, status is down. This is the response time, target URL, and the monitor detail. So let's click on monitor detail. So similar to job, there is a notification URL. You can send it to stakeholders. Now you can see there are 2 failures here. And then your recent checks are here. If you hover over this error, it again tells you the same error, that keyword Michael was not found in the response. Now you can filter it by date. Again, in case you have thousands of check, you want to check last week what was the status, so you can come here. And here I guess it shows only 50 data points. So currently it's 28, but it shows only 50 data points here, and same 50 data points for response time. So actually you can see these 2 are failed, and below you can see the same 2 failures and the response time. All right, so that's the notification. Let me go back to the app again. So similarly, you can create a ping monitor where give it a IP address, check frequency, create it. You can create a port monitor where you can check whether currently TCP UDP protocols are there, give it a port name, target, and name. So, and then you can see all your monitor here. Again, for all the table, you will be able to filter all those. So let's say, so yeah, you can, this is sort of a global filter, so you can give it anything. As long as it is in this table, it will filter. Again, you can filter them by status, by type, view. You can also have updated. Now, some of them updated column is not shown just to save the space, but if you need, you can check or uncheck it. Now these filters are same on all the tables, so you will see the similar filters for other tables. All right, so that was monitor. There is also a organization admin section. So when you sign it, you become an org owner. So this is an org owner role, and if you are organization owner, you have access to this. If you give access to someone else who is a read only or edit user, they will not see this section. So you have different projects. You can create new project here as you are the organization owner. Let me create a new project. Let's say test project. Say it's fine. Now I have a test project, and I also can invite members. So as an organization member, you can invite member. So if I invite this user, you can have a different role. So currently these roles are there. So you can make someone organization admin, project admin, viewer, and editor role. You cannot make someone else organization owner. So that's not, because that will be you, because you have signed up and got that access. Again, you cannot make someone super admin. That's done by, again, read more about it in RBAC section, and how to get super admin access, and super admin access will allow you to impersonate user also. So I'll not cover that here, but let me quickly send you invite member. So you can invite a member. Let's say I want to invite this user to this project and I want to give it a test editor role. So send an invitation. Now there will be an email invite sent to this user and they will have to accept it. I'll not open it here, but there will be email which they will have to do the sign up process, and they can see. I'll have a separate session for this. And there is audit entry. So all the important events are available here, where you can see, you can audit them. So all the important events which will happen in app are visible to the organization owner or admin. They can come to audit section and see it. And there is a dashboard. So it shows you different status. So there is a job status. So there are 4 job runs. There is no failure. There is a monitor status. So it says there are 2 monitors. One of them is down. There are different. It gives you different test type. There is only one browser test. That's what it shows you. There is a test activity, job activity, and uptime trend. So yeah, have a look at this dashboard. It gives you some more details. It tells you that whenever there is a failure, it shows you issues are detected. Otherwise, it shows operational here. I think that is it. And there is a quick create section here. So whatever you can do from other sections, if you just want to quickly create something, you can come here and create it. There is also a record option. So I'll show you this in another demo where I'll go into detail of scripting. But this is a Chrome extension which you can install it, and then you can record your test. It gives you the script here which you can copy paste in the playground. So we'll have a look at that in another session. And there are other tests also. Again, you can check them, read the description. Again, these are sample tests. Yeah. All right. So I think that's it for the overview. Thank you.